Obispo is offering students from all backgrounds free chicken soup delivered to their door through Chicken Soup Express program.
And how students can now access discounted tickets at the Performing Arts Center.
Plus, how the Central Coast Veterans Memorial Museum celebrated Veterans Day.
Broadcasting from Swanson Studios, you're watching Mustang News.
Hello, and thank you for watching Mustang News TV. I'm Erica Rojas.
And I'm Angeliki Harris. Let's take a look at today's top stories.
Going to the theater does not always align with students' budgets, but Student Rush, a new program at the Performing Arts Center, is changing that. Most tickets to shows in the Performing Arts Center can cost upward of $50, which is why Cal Poly Arts has started Student Rush, with select shows offering deeply discounted tickets, often in the $10 range.
So the driving force in creating our Student Rush program was to make sure that students have access to the performing arts. We have a number of world-class artists who come to campus every year, and this is an opportunity for students to be able to see them in a way that's accessible. We understand that students' budgets are different, and we want to make sure that they're able to enjoy these experiences just like the rest of our community members.
Student Rush tickets are made available to students at earliest 48 hours in advance. All tickets must be purchased in person at the Cal Poly ticket office. To find out more info about Student Rush, go to calpolyarts.org/studentrush. There you'll find performances that are currently at Student Rush pricing, as well as an email newsletter for Student Rush shows.
As winter approaches, so does flu season. Alexa Kushner has more on what Cal Poly students can do to feel more at home when they're under the weather.
On Frederick Street in San Luis Obispo, you can spot a house with a menorah in the driveway. That house is San Luis Obispo's Chabad, which is a center for Jewish learning, culture, and lifestyle. Rabbi Chaim Hillel and his wife Mickey Hillel established Chabad of San Luis Obispo, and for the past 13 years have been offering free chicken soup to sick Cal Poly students, regardless of their religious and ethnic backgrounds. Mickey Hillel says it all began through word of mouth.
So Chicken Soup Express started when we got some calls from moms that their kids were sick, and we offered to send them a bowl of soup, and it just was on the Cal Poly parents page, someone said, my son is soup, or my son is sick, or my daughter's sick, what can we do? And then just naturally someone said, oh, I heard Chabad delivers chicken soup, and then we've been doing it ever since.
The soup the Hillel family makes is 100% kosher and made from scratch in their very own kitchen. Mickey says they even get some ingredients from outside the Central Coast.
Chicken soup, though, is not only the chicken, it's actually chicken bones. So we get packages, we go to LA, and they have chicken bones already in packages, and the bones are what give it amazing flavor.
During the colder seasons, the Hillels can expect to make around 10 deliveries of chicken soup per day, which are all personally given to students by the rabbi himself. Because of this high demand, some students help out in the kitchen. Third-year environmental management and protection major Sydney Bregman is on the board for Chabad at Cal Poly and comes in on Fridays to help cook Shabbat dinner and cut the vegetables for the chicken soup.
I wanted to get more involved, and I thought that this was a good way to help out.
The Hillel family provides many other volunteer and religious services at the Chabad for Jewish people of all backgrounds and levels of commitment. For Mustang News, I'm Alexa Kushner.
If you would like to order soup for yourself or a friend, you can visit their website at chabadslo.com and fill out their form.
Coming up after the break, we will take a look at how the Central Coast Veterans Memorial Museum celebrated women in the military.
Bye-bye.
Hi! Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably gonna turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right?
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
Hey!
There are amazing things to discover in the forest.
Toothless, time to go! What you picking up on, bud?
It's a whole hidden world of wonders. And the perfect place to spend time with family. What better place to let your imagination soar? experience nature, and create a memory you can share. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest or park near you.
The Central Coast Veterans Memorial Museum is open for visitors again and coming out of Veterans Day weekend. Reporter Ava Kirshner shows us how the museum is celebrating with its new exhibit.
The Central Coast Veterans Memorial Museum has been open for over 18 years, but after being closed last year, the nonprofit is back, just in time to celebrate Veterans Day. The museum provides tours, music, displays, plus a new exhibit called Woman in the Military.
The Woman in the Military exhibit not only showcases the women who served for our country, but what they wore while doing it.
Documents, artifacts, biographies, and more are displayed within the new exhibit, giving local woman representation. And Julia Wong, an E5 sergeant with the Marine Corps, tells us why this is important.
What we're doing is we're displaying the local women in the service, and so right here behind us we have a couple of actual docents of this museum, and so these are their actual uniforms that they wore and stories about them.
Stories that, according to Wong, mean a lot.
We rarely ever get any attention, to be honest with you, and it's not about the attention, it's more about just educating the public, letting them know that a person in uniform it's not one size fits all. We all look different, we all have different sizes, and we all bring different strengths. So,
docent coordinator for the museum, Don Mueller, says how important women have been in the military's history.
Celebrating women in the military because they've been a very major portion of the military.
The museum's collection is largely from donations from those who live on the Central Coast. If you are interested in visiting or donating to the museum, they are located at 801 Grand Avenue and open Wednesday through Saturday. For Mustang News, I'm Ava Kirshner.
The Central Coast Veterans Memorial Museum is always adding new artifacts to their collection. If you would like to donate any items to the museum, visit their website, vetmuseum.org.
The Cal Poly Jazz program was back in action last week, live and in person with their fall jazz concert. Reporter Gabe Arditi has the story.
That was the Vocal Jazz Ensemble performing during Cal Poly Jazz's fall jazz concert. They were one of 4 ensembles who were able to show off their talents after live performances were put on pause for over a year and a half due to COVID-19.
So I'm in the jazz big band, which is the full ensemble, trumpet, saxophone, trombone, stuff like that. And then there's our vocal ensemble, which is just vocals. And then we have our contemporary ensemble, which does more modern music. And then we also have our commercial music ensemble.
After one performance finished, the musicians transitioned the stage for the next ensemble. The backlights of the stage even adjusted to match the tone of the song. Overall, the show was a huge success.
I think we did really well. Out of the small number of performances we've done for people, I feel like our group definitely turns on a switch maybe a little bit whenever we perform. I definitely felt like the vibes were good. We were definitely feeling the groove a lot today, and I felt like my solo was good. So.
And for the jazz program, this is just the beginning. For Mustang News, I'm Gabe Arditi.
Now that was groovy. The Jazz Ensemble and Vocal Jazz Ensemble also released their first commercial CD at the event, Another Time, Another Place. Now we're going to send it over to Brady Caskey with the weather report. Brady?
Hello! In the wonderful world of weather for this week, San Luis Obispo, things are heating up with a high of 79 today and a low of 49, with sunshine and a few afternoon clouds expected on the way. Moving to our beach cities, up in the north, Cayucos has a high of 70 with a low of 61. Moving down the coast to Morro Bay and Avila Beach, both have a high of 67. Morro has a low of 50 and Avila has a low of 49 respectively. Now moving all the way down to Pismo and Oceano, both cities are warming up a bit, so it may be a good time to hop over to the dunes. Highs of 73 in both cities, as well as a low of 49 in Pismo and a low of 48 in Oceano. Looking for our 5-day forecast moving forward, it looks like we're going to have cloudy skies this week, Wednesday through Saturday, with Sunday opening up to a little more sun. Wednesday, a high of 69, a low of 47. Thursday, a high of 68 and a low of 48. Friday, high of 69 and a low of 51. Saturday, high of 70 and a low of 50. And Sunday, things are toasting back up with a high of 76 and a low of 51. Well, that's all I have for you for weather this week. Let's send it to Nate with the sports.
Thank you, Brady. I'm Nate Austin from Mustang News, and I'm here with your sports update. Our women's volleyball team had a weekend beating UC Riverside 3-1. The team was scorching on the court, racking in more digs, kills, and assists and service aces than the opposing Riverside. As a team, the Mustangs out-hit the defending Highlanders, and this led to the Mustangs having 4 ladies finish with double-digit kills, led by Meredith Phillips with 15 on the game. The game was a nail-biter, with Riverside leading the majority of the 4th set, but the Mustangs rode it out and made a comeback, leading them to a 25-22 victory on the last match, securing the victory. Leading the charge, Peyton Dewick, winner of Big West Defensive Player of the Week, and Tommy Stockham, Big West Freshman of the Week. The Mustangs are 11-5 in conference play, commanding a strong hold on the 3rd place ranking in the Big West. They are traveling for a 5 o'clock game this evening against rival CSU Bakersfield, who holds the 4th place ranking in the Big West. Now back to Angeliki and Erica for more local news.
Stick around after the break where we will have 2 delicious stories.
With coronavirus spreading, people at higher risk must take extra precautions. You are at higher risk if you're over 65 or if you have an underlying medical condition like heart disease, chronic lung disease, diabetes, or if your immune system is compromised for any reason. If you're at higher risk, stay 6 feet or 2 arm lengths away from others. Better yet, stay home if you can. The choices you make are critical. Please visit coronavirus.gov for more information.
It's not often you see turkeys being fed around Thanksgiving instead of the other way around. Our very own Leave Column attended the Fall Feast event at the Happy Hen Animal Sanctuary and got to meet some of the animals they rescue.
During this time of year, most people are ready to celebrate Thanksgiving with a big feast. However, here at Happy Hen Animal Sanctuary in San Luis Obispo, they are seeking to redefine what the holiday really means.
The sanctuary celebrated their 8th annual Fall Feast this Sunday, allowing visitors to feed the animals on the 40-acre property, including a group of more than 20 rescued turkeys. Happy Hen says the purpose of the Fall Feast is to switch up Thanksgiving traditions in favor of a more animal-centered approach that all creatures can enjoy.
It feels like a really strange holiday, especially being vegan and having this sacrificial turkey be the main star of the holiday. I wanted to celebrate the lives of these animals and cherish them.
Since it was founded in 2014, Happy Hen has rescued more than 1,200 farm animals, some of whom I got to spend the afternoon with.
Are you ready for dinner time? Take that as a yes.
Animals at the sanctuary spend their days eating, playing, and roaming the space. Dr. Sherston Rosenberg, Happy Hen's executive director and on-site veterinarian, hopes to give a voice to animals by opening the sanctuary up to the public for events.
Instead of having people eat animals, we're actually feeding delicious food to the animals, and we're demonstrating compassion in doing that.
Leave Column, Mustang News.
Anyone looking for more information about events at the sanctuary can visit happyhen.org. Thank you for listening to us on Mustang News. I'm Angeliki Harris.
And I'm Erica Rojas.
See you next week.
That was good.